when you talk about having a GPS system in place that works, that's what we have. And the fitness guy says he's more than capable. But we all know the game gives a little bit of different adrenaline to prepare. So that might be a factor, but I think we have enough arsenal on the bench in order to help us get through the game.
Good luck, Coach Kevin.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Coach Kevin Johnson still reeling from the loss of the Soweto derby. He makes 5 changes to his starting 11 here this afternoon. And perhaps, Trumpa, we can speak to some of those changes and what you're seeing this tactical approach being here from a coach. We're seeing the likes of Umthetwa, Duba, Shabalala, as well as Tebe being some of the players making it into the starting 11.
I think it's like for Mthetwa to Sitebe starting today. And I'm saying a worry because big teams, they don't have friendly matches. So where you prepare, you have to check where are you prepared. You can't prepare 11v11 and think this guy is ready. And he spoke about are these players ready? It's a good question. I think that question he should be the one answering it, because when you're asking the players, are they ready? Have you seen what they can do? And you can't be judged by a derby match, because derby is just a hype match that, a lot of people are excited to play. But when you are playing for a match like Cape Town City, that's where the characters have been tested. You're testing characters, and I think today's match will really tell the coach where the players are in terms of the performances and how the pressure and how they can take the pressure, because you can't lose a
amagolabo azo determine ukuthi ba defender how deep and how low. And I'm saying this because against the Pirates, the reason they scored in the first 6 minutes was that they were aggressive and in the face of the Pirates in the first 20 minutes. And that's how they were able to dispossess the Pirates and be able to go, because there were numbers. Modi was there, Tanzani was there, also Dupree was there, and also Matt was coming closer there. That's why they were able to score that goal so swift. And Dupree didn't have to run much of a distance from the center line, solo counter-attack and all of that, but there were numbers that were there. So it's going to be key to see how deep do they defend? Is it a low block, a mid block, or a high press? And if it's a high press, it means they'll be leaving space behind. Are they ready? Space mover. Do they have the speed to get back into those spaces as well and not over? Because they're not the fastest of defenders that can go back into those areas. However, ucoach ushintshe imidfield yonke adlale nayo against Pirates, because Umthetwa, Tebe, and probably Shabalala would be there in that midfield, because he wants that creativity. Shabalala playing him as a 10, which is his original position, than playing him as a winger. Tebe and Umthetwa, it will be key for Umthetwa not to lose possession today, and emphasis on losing possession, because he has a tendency of collecting too deep, losing possession, or when he's running with the ball, he shouldn't be running with the ball. His job is to be able to supply on time. Lea front three, Leila Payana, Duba is a runner, Dupree is a runner, Modi is also a runner with the skill. So it's going to be key for them to give countless supply to the front three, and countless supply in areas where they can easily defeat defense Cape Town City, because if they have to do a lot in attack, it's going to be difficult for them to score. But ngijabuliswa ukuthi Utuba, Dupri, Moding. They are able to score, they are able to create, and badlala boba 3 la papambil no shabala lemva wake. Uzotel kibela ngoba siyamasanda kul kibela. El kibela enza lokho fantal kibele kuguthi ul kibela lienetini Paul, because it will be pointless for him to be creative in areas where it doesn't really hurt to Cape Town sit.
All right, we'll show you now live pictures coming through from the Athlone Stadium out in Cape Town. Of course, people just still making their way into the stadium. So there is a possibility that we may experience a little bit of a delay in terms of kickoff here this afternoon. But we will, of course, wait for the official word coming through from the PSL as well as the match commissioner on whether or not a kickoff will be pushed down by a couple of minutes. Back to the action we are expecting on the field of play. Action yabantu abangena stadium basahamba kancane abagijimi ngisho ukugijima. Shampo, coach speaks about the midfield for this Kaizer Chiefs side and how coach has changed everyone there. And here we see there's a Mission Integral coming to watch the game. And I know when we see coaches watching the game, we ask ourselves, we wonder, are there discussions happening somewhere? And there, of course, we see John Committus as well, of the Cape Town City there with Mission Integral. We speak about the midfield of Kaizer Chiefs being changed in totality by coach Kevin Johnson. And I love to ask this question because I feel it really does apply in every single encounter. When we see the starting 11s of both these two teams, do you look at this midfield and say, this is the battle where this game will be won and lost here today? Yeah.
You need to understand that Cape Town City, they've been having the big transfer in the last few weeks where their star player with the performer of that team has to go overseas, Nambina. So now they lost Mukeke in that same position. So now it calls KG Makawani to come and then make sure that he takes that position and make it his own. I spoke about Nodada. For me, Nodada, he needs to lead that team to greater heights. I think he's been in the league for the longest of time. So when you play against Bo Ox, of course, those are best performers. They'll make sure they make it difficult for them. But we always say, teams win football matches from the center line, and from the center that's where you'll see a lot of battles. If you cancel each other there, then you will see interesting matches. But if you allow the team to dictate in that space, that's where you're going to have a problem, because then your defenders won't rest. But I believe not that I have to pitch up in this kind of a match, and he has shown us in the previous season that he's got the capability to do that. My worry for me is the KG Makwani. He's very talented. He needs to step up now, because he can't be young forever. You need to go.
And they're so good. I'll try to do my best. You never know what can happen when you step on court. I think it's nice to see so many moms back on tour.
Live your best life on the WTA Tour, only on your World of Champions.
Good morning. Get up before the sun is up, baby, let's work. Baby, let's work. Let's work. Good morning.
Listen up, agents. ASAP HQ has ordered that 22 bunnies are sent to Pick and Pay stores across and to the lucky shoppers who find one in their ASAP bag. Shoppers, 22 bunnies, 22 days. Find the bunny, get the money, win 100K. Just tap tap. ASAP. Easy.
Parents, ask yourself, do you seriously want to take his birthday party at home? Would you rather be tidying up after 10 5-year-olds or 5 10-year-olds? I mean, it could be so much easier. And let's be honest, you can't sing like these guys. For only $119.90 per child, we do the decor, the delicious food, the fun, and the cleanup. Give your kids the most terrific birthday ever, and yourself the time to enjoy it. More fun, none of the fuss.
There's a lot that goes into a Toyota Vitz Excite. So to fit it all into just 30 seconds, I've asked for a little help.
Let's go. Exciting orange accents. We jamming, talk distance control class leading to 9.5-liter booty, airbags, touchscreen, infotainment system, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, sips petrol like your Oma sips a tea, ABS, EBD, VSC, HAC.
Now that's exciting.
Toyota Vitz Excite. More car, more style, less cash.
Ain't no stopping us, we do the impossible.
The Premier Soccer League is proud to present football entertainment at its best.
Ain't no stopping us, we do the impossible.
The DSTV Premiership. Electrifying, thrilling, energetic, sensational. The DSTV Premiership. Babinse bonke.
Two sides who've bumbled along since the mid-season break are in action this afternoon with both Cape Town City and Kaizer Chiefs in need of something of a pick-me-up. Welcome, everyone. Athlone Stadium is full house today. It might not seem so in these early stages, but every ticket is sold. The fans making their way still somewhat belatedly into this venue. We do hope that we will have a 3:30 kickoff. City slipping from second to fifth in the DSTV Premiership over the last couple of months. Chiefs coming to this game on the back of their derby defeat, where they gave up a 2-1 lead to lose 3-2 to Orlando Pirates. The home side have not won a game since New Year's Eve when they beat Cape Town Spurs in the derby. City's record for this year so far, 2 defeats and 3 draws. Chiefs have won 1 of their last 6 matches, and that was at home against Golden Arrows on the 5th of this month. So plenty to do for both of these sides. City can reclaim second spot if they win. If Chiefs take all the points, they could move up from 7th to 4th place. A warm welcome to William Shongwe alongside me as our expert analyst. Both of these sides, William, knocked out of the Nedbank Cup. They haven't produced the form we know they're capable of, but they have had a nice break now. Do you think a little bit of a reset today?
Indeed, but also spending that much time without a competitive game can be a bit of a problem, but we're rested and ready to go. My biggest concern is the number of points they're marking from 7th to 2nd. 4 points. It's anybody's.
The chase for the Champions League berth, of course, high on their priority now for both of these sides. Let's introduce you to today's lineup. City had what Eric Tickler called their worst game of the season against Royal AM in their last outing at the Harry Gwala Stadium. 3 changes from that game. Skipper Tamian Kaizer is back from suspension. New Namibian in the midfield, Aptrocius Petrus is his name. Petrus his surname. And he comes in place of Brice Ambino, who of course has been sold to Norway. And Darwin Gonzalez is the other change. He's back from a shoulder injury suffered in the first game of this year away at Chipper United. Now, here's how they'll form up. William will take us through this one.
Rhodes and Darwin on either channels obviously will be using the speed in the hope that they can stretch the Kaizer Chiefs defense and make the necessary entries in front of goal, in the hope that Kaniso Mayo will be holding the pole position as a striker, will make use of the supply that they'll be bringing.
It's 3 weeks since Chiefs last played in the derby. Plenty of time to reflect for captain or coach Kevin Johnson. 5 changes he's made since that derby defense. 2 of them enforced by suspension. There's no Castillo or Yusuf Maat today, so the midfield will have a new look. Edmilson Dove plays against his old side. And Siatemba Sitebe plays his first game since the very first outing of this season when Chiefs lost to Mamelodi Sundowns. He's been out with a knee injury. Somewhat of a surprise change. Also, Mtetwa back into the midfield. Mduduzi Shabalala gets an opportunity, and the young Wandile Duba up front in place of Christian Saili.
City are playing with 3 in defense, but you got Tupriya and Mori on either channels. They'll be having a bit of space, and hopefully they'll be able to deliver, because right at the top of the formation is that young man Duba, and it gives Shabalala a chance to sneak into the central part. Maybe a chance for Chiefs to overload that middle.
Today's referee comes from Mpangeni. Mr. Kumalo sent off Kaniso Mayo when he last handled a game involving Cape Town City. That was the derby against Stellenbosch at the beginning of December. Kamohelo Ramosindela is the senior linesman. It's his first year on the FIFA panel. Kolani Slatswayo is the other linesman. Eric Tickler has a winning record against Kaizer Chiefs. Not many coaches can boast that. He has played, in fact, more matches as a coach against Chiefs than any other team. 12 wins out of 24. That's a 50% win record. 7 draws. He's only lost 5 times against Chiefs. Kevin Johnson in charge for the 13th time. Is it a lucky 13? since he's taken over at Amakosi. 5 wins in the previous 12 encounters and looking to bounce back after the derby. Now, that lengthy break, William, you did refer to it. The impact could be positive and negative, but Chiefs have had to stew on the fact that they could have won that derby. They were in a leading position, then threw it away. For the last 3 weeks, that's probably been something niggling them in the back of their mind.
But just as well that Dove in that center of defense is back. He was the missing link. With the Clover out for the longest. So I think defensively Chiefs have been a little bit shaky, but it looks a little bit okay today. And Pinika, of course, goes back to his normal right fullback position.
The two sides are ready to get matters underway here at the Athlone Stadium. Ideally, this game would have been played at the Cape Town Stadium, but rugby is now the primary tenant at that venue, despite the fact it was built for the 2010 World Cup. The Storm is in action in the United Rugby Championship tonight against Ulster at 7:15. Chiefs are attacking the goal to the right and looking to get off to a positive start here. Cuba putting a bit of pressure there on the new man Petrus, who does a good job in clearing it away.
That, instead of just whipping that ball off for a throw-in, that he brings it back and obviously keeping ball position for City. For me, it was a good start.
Well, it must be really intimidating for the Namibian. He's only 24 years old. He's played in Kosovo in Eastern Europe for a season and a half, but besides that, not much experience, certainly at this level. But we've seen Namibians come into the Premier Soccer League and thrive. You will remember, William, from your Kasafa days when Screamer Shabalala was still working for Kaizer Chiefs. He went and scouted Robert Noseb and Mohamed Oseb at the Kasafa tournament, and what successes they both proved to be for Kaizer Chiefs.
Currently, of course, we know Dion Hotter at Orlando Pirates also creating waves of his own.
Don't forget Shalulile.
Indeed. Over the years, we've seen such a great influx of players from that part of the region.
There's a good ball from Mkhize to Kudeman. Higher weights in the middle. Kudeman now to the left, or Rhodes rather, maybe done a little bit too much when there was opportunity there to feed Mayo. Well, there was maybe a little bit of greed or maybe a little bit of inexperience in terms of decision making.
I think the pressure was such that he had to focus on the ball and he failed to look around him. I mean, Koane was right close by, waiting for the ball to be rolled back to him, where he could have had a better shot, most probably.
Bruce Vuma in goal. 7 of his 9 matches he's played this season, he's kept a clean sheet. Mokoane now. They'll continue playing, but it looks as if Gonzalez has got a knock on the ankle. He's just come back from injury. He had a shoulder problem, which is what kept him out since the first game of the year against Chippa. Gets caught very late there by Shabalala.
Indeed. And which obviously wasn't picked up by the men in that middle of the park, because play was allowed to go on. And that's slowing down for a moment or so. I mean, the sprinter, he's a speedy, very speedy player down the left-hand side of the channel for City.
Eric Tinkler did highlight his absence in the last few matches. Bit of pressure here as Gordinho's back pass to Keat is a little shallow. There was good pressure applied by Dupré. Remember how quick he is. We have had many examples of that in the past. Mokoane does well here. Now he runs into trouble. Shabalala steals it away. Mordi on the left-hand side. Mordi and Edmilson, who's in possession now, are the 2 players coming into this game in the colours of Chiefs, who have 3 yellow cards, will be suspended for the next game if they pick up a card here today. And on the City side, it's the 2 centre-backs, Capido and Gordinho. Yeah, look at the pace here again with Dupré, just putting the pressure on Gordinho.
Taking into account that this field and the grass is a little bit heavy. It looks nice and green from where we are here, but it does look a bit soft underneath, which means that ball will have a slow roll at some stages.
This is the first game back for City at the Clone Stadium since the beginning of the season. They played 2 matches here. They lost to Chiefs in the MTN 8 quarterfinal and also lost to Sekhukhune United in their first league match of the season. So it's not a happy hunting ground over the last 9 months or so for Cape Town City. I much prefer playing at the main stadium.
And of course, we welcome the return of Sitebe in that middle of park for Kaizer Chiefs, a player that hasn't had that many games. Great opportunity to bounce back, to maybe take that midfield position as his own.
Knee injury suffered against Sundowns in early August. That's how long he's been out. Shabalala back in the lineup today after not featuring significantly in the derby. Little flick to the back post, an opportunity there for Sitebe. Another man known for his goal-scoring prowess.
It needed a left-footed player, listen. When the ball is stretching away like that in that fashion, where you can use to hook your left to hook the ball in. This time he tried to use the right, which doesn't have that much control when it's stretched in a forward manner like that.
Good early positive start from Kaizer Chiefs. City with just that one opportunity for Rhodes with Mayo waiting.
They need to get this crowd behind them, Kaizer Chiefs. It's no use having this crowd that cannot help you go forward.
Shabalala now into Gruber. Ball gets away from him. Gonzalez straight at Sitebe. Good ball over the top here. Wonderful chance. The youngsters missed it. There was an opportunity to give Kaizer Chiefs an early lead and for Duba to enhance a growing reputation.
Now, because he's so right-footed, as he tried to measure up to maybe position himself to let loose with his right, that ball keeps pushing into the left side, and he had to basically turn around to try and apply his body well to finish with his right. It didn't work out. I would have said, even as weak as his left was, at least in that position, the goalkeeper's not too far from this. See if he can sight food at least.
Well, he got the only goal of Chiefs' only win of this year against Golden Arrows. That was a pretty spectacular effort at the beginning of this month. Now more pressure from Dupré, and Godinho finds Gonzalez. And he gives the ball away. It's just cut out in the middle there by Petrus. Now Nodada, Gonzalez. This is more positive from the home side. Looking to roll it into the path of Mayo. Nodada will settle for the throw in here. But Nielsen, of course, a great favourite here at Cape Town City. 6 seasons he spent with the club. He'll enjoy the return. Kupido takes the throw in. There's a bit of space in there for Kudaman, away from Ed Nielsen. Dada, Petrus. No fouls, says Mr. Kumaro. Petrus gets a little touch in there. Now the early ball to Kudaman. Could have played it earlier to Rhodes. He cuts inside. Poor pass. Shabalala. Winning possession quite easily now, Cape Town City. Of course, they do have an excellent winning record against Kaizer Chiefs in league matches. They've won the last 4 between these two, unbeaten in the last 6 games that Chiefs and City have played in the league. But we did mention that MTN 8 match at the start of this season, which Chiefs won here by 2-1. City have been knocked out of the cup competitions in the first round of all 3 of them this year, the MTN 8, the Carling Knockout and the Nedbank Cup. There's Mordi. Santi on the drive. Ball inside, looking for Dupré. That's a solid header away from Godinho. He was a 19-year-old when he made his debut for Kaizer Chiefs. Now up against his old side.
Wing play is excellent from Kaizer Chiefs. That's where these opportunities that we've seen in recent times comes from. But with the additional movement of the left fullback in Shanti. Also, that has been very helpful. The right inside, maybe a little bit short at the moment.
Shabalala. Modi now on the left, back onto the right, flags up, Dube is offside.
Mori had an opening to actually let loose with his left, but because he's right-footed also, couldn't. That's why he had to look for a set of options to try and play that ball through. Yes, offside, without a doubt. Correct to see.
This was last league goal against Sarah's first league goal as well. Very well in the DBC, the DSTV Disky Challenge. Away goes Rhodes now, looking out wide here for Gonzalez. Sights on goal, hits the upright. Solid strike from the Venezuelan, denied by the woodwork.
Great strike, Kristen.
Away comes Nodada. They might have played advantage there, Mr. Kamalo.
Indeed. Good movement. Passing game, excellent passing game with speed before it opened up with this wide pass to find Gonzalez. Not too much in resistance in front of him. And yes, the angle is a bit tight, but he let loose a very powerful shot. When a goalkeeper expected the ball maybe be played across the face of goal to the other side, Vuma nearly almost get caught.
Now Gonzalez again, this time with the right foot, curls it. Ranti got the head to it. It's going to be a corner. Home side keeping up the pressure in these early stages.
Pace of the game is good. Intensity at which it's played. Very attractive. Chances are created. It's a question of time before either teams breaks the other one down. It's been very positive.
City did beat Kaizer Chiefs 1-0 away earlier this season. If they do beat them here today and do the double over them, it'll be for the second successive season. Gonzalez looking for Godinho. It's Petros who gets shoved off by Ed Nielsen. Rhodes, Cupido out wide again. Gonzalez looking to deliver. Little touch in for Kuruma. Now can he square it? High one. Mayo at the back post. Ranti does well. And away comes Dupria. Not strong enough. Rhodes was anticipating that. Mokoane floats it. Chance here at the back post for Kuruma. First touch needed to be a bit better. Mayo's in there. And Ranti cleans up. Tries to get things going, but they're really under pressure now. Possession just being won at every possible opportunity by the home side. Ed Nielsen gets in the way of Nodada. Kunika back to Msimango.
Most of the balls that teams were able to defend were rushed out in form of clearance, and that didn't work because the ball got back immediately. And this, for me, what Kunika's just done now, I think it's perfect. They need to get a hold, slow it down, get a hold of the game, see what you can do with the position that you get. You see, they were under pressure. In situations like this, you need to calm the game down. Can't play at the same speed with the opposition.
They really slowed it down now. They're in walking pace. Vuma up to Dupria, beaten in the air by Cupido. Rhodes dispossessed again. Has not been on form much in the last couple of games.
How Cupido has grown in that center of defense over the years. Started as a wide or on the right fullback position, but later graduated into the central part, and has become the main.
Sitebe. Petrus Hudeman, his first touches here from City. Did have a chance to train on this ground in the build-up to this match.
you'll notice that Kaizer is not as adventurous as he normally is, but that he does that when he's playing as a right fullback. But because today they're playing with three, it's a part of that three at the back.
Rhodes now switches, looking for Gonzalez. He's gone over to the right as well. He's got Nodara just behind him. Back out to Kaizer. It's sloppy. Modi comes away with it. A little isolated is the Chiefs man, but he's put the afterburner on. Petrus chasing him. Petrus is a left back by trade. Co-opted into the middle. Now here's Sitebe. Good pass to Dupria. Across the face of goal. No one there.
Now the question is, was that a shot? So it was played in hope that somebody might end up on that far post by Dupria. I'm not sure.
They certainly played without sizing up the options because there was no one in there. Dubo's, in fact, a little bit to his left, almost square to his left. Well, this is a bright start to what is a busy weekend. We've got Stellenbosch against Royal AM just up the road from us. Also 3:30 kickoff. It's the second game for Golden Arrows under new coach Steve Compella. They're against second from bottom Richards Bay. And Polokwane City against Chippa United, all kicking off at the same time. And later on, 5:30, Sekhukhune hosting Orlando Pirates in Polokwane. TS Galaxy taking on Amazulu at the Bombela Stadium. Good interception there from Simango.
Needed to get a touch on that ball. Yes, I'm not sure it was who was making a run a little bit on the side. It would have perfectly fallen on his path.
By the way, we're back here tomorrow at 3:30. Cape Town Spurs against Morocco Swallows. Tonight, don't forget Mamelodi Sundowns against Young Africans of Tanzania in the quarterfinal of the Champions League. SuperSport United having the weekend off. Sitebe, Tetwa, and Kunika.
Once again, Chiefs calming things down. Decided to go slow a route in that build-up play.
Ed Nielsen, Modi, still in play.
Recycle the ball.
Tetwa's omission in the Derby lineup was a little bit of a surprise. He's back in today. Sizing up options and Kaizer and Dada.
Spock being sold. So is Fasika, by the way.
Yes, both went to Norway. And the other missing puzzle in the midfield for City is the long-term injury to Tato Mokeke. He won't play again this campaign with ACL, so that's why they've bought this Namibian Petrus to strengthen up the middle of the park. A bit of an emergency buy and throw in the deep end, as it were, here against Kaizer Chiefs. Shabalala a little frustrated there, the challenge from Gordinho. It's a free kick being given.
Can you imagine? Gordinho was isolated at the time. He did well. He needed to commit a foul of some sort just to slow the youngster down. At least now he's got a bit of time to be able to organize that defense.
Polokwane City have taken the early lead against Chippa United. I'll try and keep you updated with scores from around the country as this game unfolds and all the others as well. So what can Chiefs do here? Properly cleared by Kaizer, so they'll get a corner kick out of this. Suspended for the last match that City played against Royal AM away at Harry Gwala Stadium. First corner now for Chiefs, actually with prayer to take it.
Bit of a sun into Kit's face. opportunity to fire the ball. Whether how much profit will he be able to see?
And the signal from Dupree. Here it comes towards the back post, sneaking in belatedly was Sitebe. He's had 2 chances now. And again, not much in the way of power. Almost looked a little bit surprised by the fact he had the opportunity. Was he ready for this?
That's exactly the point. He doesn't seem to be ready. Also, the ball maybe arrives at him awkwardly, whereby he can't come up with a full swing to create to generate more power for his shot.
Mokwane now looking to get Rhodes going. Paces on here against Konika, who does well. Only as far as Goedeman though. Goedeman continues. Referee says a foul. Or was that offside? Flag was up from the linesman over on the far side.
Might have been a very tight call, because I thought City were in with a great opportunity.
We're not going to see it here. But the linesman had the flag up when he went on the linesman's call. The linesman's over on the other side, so he wouldn't have seen that foul. I think he gave it for an offside.
Sometimes it's not when the ball is passed, it's the action before the ball arrived at the scene. As he was running back to beat the offside trap, maybe that's what the linesman picked up. It's the assistant, by the way, Christian. I know you are old style. Still believe in the linesman.
Well, I can give you my 5 cents on that, William, as I've done many times before. It was FIFA who said we can't call them linesmen anymore. We must call them assistant referees. Now, whenever was FIFA in charge of the English language? That's all I'm saying. Linesmen, they will remain.
Just wait. Come on, move on.
They're from Switzerland, FIFA. Sitebe making an impact here in these early stages. On his return, he'll be delighted after that long-term knee injury. Remember, Amazuli was left out of the squad for 6 months after he signed a pre-contract with Chiefs, so his career almost stalled a bit and hasn't really taken off since arriving at Amakosi.
He arrived at the Kaizer side that was struggling. Just so many departments. Difficult for anybody that arrives at Chiefs at the moment.
Sitebe, Modi. Shabalala was looking for that ball a little bit earlier. It's going to track back now.
I'm only concerned about Modi. It's the speed going forward. Half the time, it gives you the impression that he's going to take the defender on. But halfway through, he slows down, he turns. I want to see a Modi that is willing to put the game at risk in as far as him challenging that full back and taking him around. At least maybe you can end a foul from it. But half the time, he turns back. It's like almost predictable that he's going to slow down and turn back, losing the moment to play the ball forward.
Let's see what he does here now with Shabalala. Sitebe, Buba. Strong challenge there with Gordinha. What's the decision here? Chiefs ball, it'll be a throw-in over on the far side.
I think Corino was a little bit lucky there, because even after I made the check, I think he still held the thing went down. You see, for me, I'm thinking he left a little bit of something. It wasn't a clean tackle.
Kaizer. And it's City ball now, says referee Kumalo. Has battled a bit of an injury this season, Tommy and Kaizer. That suspension as well, limiting his usual presence in the team. Still looking for his first win of the year is Eric Tinkler. Last victory against Spurs on New Year's Eve in the derby. First time we've ever had a New Year's Eve derby or New Year's Eve game of any kind. It's a nice way to finish the year.
Was it Teko that had to travel to do that game with you.
I'm sure he found a place to party that night. Don't worry about him.
He's thinking about it, he's like, wow. But I think I was in that very same situation the year before that, because I had to go to Devon to do a game on
the 30th, though, not
Yeah.
on the 31st. This was the first time we had a game on the 31st.
Yes. I remember, yes, it was the 30th. I still had a day tomorrow to ride home.
Rhodes now teasing down his left-hand side. You can see the natural talent there, William, but you just wonder about the decision-making.
That at least you are hopeful that it will grow. It's a good start to have that natural ability to play football. And the number of games that you play is what comes in handy at the later stage. You grow with experience and with all the corrections that you get from the coach, and you become a better player.
Rhodes won it there, looking for Kuruman, battling away. Now Mokoane, Nodada. And Kaizer finds Cupido. A confident City, but now the centre-back gets caught. And Shabalala might well have just held on to that a little. Vuma. Seen little of Mayo in this game so far, freshly returned from national team duty. Mtetwa. Modi and Nodada in a real battle there. This is in Kaizer getting stuck in as well. Referee's allowing the game to continue or to flow a little bit. The court as well. He's made of tough stuff. 34 years old now. Sifiso Hlanti. 252 starts in his career.
That basically tells the story that you're not going to see so much of him flying down the wing like he often does previously in creating width for his team. So he'll do it, but only occasionally.
The ball Cupido to Kaizer. Now Nodada. Gonzalez has a bit of space. Edmilson's coming across. That should be a corner. Number 2 for the home side. A little bit of conversation there with Hlanti about positioning. He looks really determined today, Edmilson, to keep a clean sheet against his old club. Oh, and was that on the hand?
Yeah.
Close to the
outside.
body. And it
Yeah.
was,
It was outside of the area. So it wouldn't have really counted much. Set piece maybe a little closer to the line.
Also not extended away from the body, the hand. Here comes the corner. Gordinho. Enough power on that as he went up with Sifiso Hlanti. So he'll go back to his defensive role alongside Cupido and Kaizer. I think he's preferred the back 3 system for a while now. Mark van Heerden, an option on the left, still battling a little bit with a knee injury, although available to play if necessary. That's almost cut out by Gonzalez. Now it is by Petrus. Petrus goes for goal! Wow, what a debut that would have been at that found the net. Ruma puts it over the top. Another corner.
It looked an ambitious shot for a moment, and yet when Avuma saw it, and also it's not flying straight, it's all over the place. So it was a great save.
Left-footed effort. Well, this Namibian Petrus, they were worried about what impact this whole occasion would have on him. He looks like a duck to water here. It's all natural for him. Chance here for Goedeman and for Petrus. Well, they are knocking on the door here, City, as we approach the half-hour mark.
Living dangerously, this guy's Chiefs, but they got away with it for the moment. In fact, that was going out.
Yeah, Kunika could have left that.
Yeah,
and,
but you don't take chances in the
wasn't
spell of the
Chetler.
moment like that.
Chetler rather than Kunika. So Cupido will take the long throw. Gonzalez called him up and said, "You take it, I'm going into the penalty area." Looking for Gordinho, looking for something at the post. Gonzalez didn't get the power he was looking for. And Vuma makes the save. And City are taking the ball away rather easily from Kaizer Chiefs in the middle of the park. You can see the absence of Martin Castillo now having some impact on the side. Pressure from Mokoane. Now let's see if Chiefs can break the shackles. They've got the pace of Dupree. Here he comes, beating Gordinho easily. Santi. Back to Dupree. Santi again. Little header from Shabalala, but not much in the way of power. Keats will hold on. There's Gonzalez, Mokoane in the midfield. Through the middle, looking for Mayo. He's battled in terms of service so far in this game.
Mokoane, yeah, maybe what he felt on his part. If you're going to come up with a long-range pass of that nature, Christian, you want to get it over the defensive line, put a bit of the backspin into it, such that when it lands, the player running into it has a chance to get to it. Right now, he hit it with the laces, and as soon as it lands, it just rolls forward away from the chasing striker.
No goals here past the half-hour mark. Both of these sides have managed 3 goals so far in 5 matches each in 2024. It's the 20th meeting in all competitions between City and Chiefs. 8 wins apiece. Mokoane. Huma, and a little pressure from Rhodes. Clearance only as far as Mkhize. Petrus loses out. Now there might be a chance for Shabalala. With Mordi. At the run here from the flank from Duba. And I think it's come off the Chiefs. No, it's come off a City defender. It'll be a corner.
Great pass. See now, Duba had a chance to actually pin that ball into the far post with his right, but doesn't quite come. There's a moment where he can use the curl into that far post.
Second corner, and second one to be taken by Dupree. Turning one as well. Petrus gets ahead to that. Cupido doesn't get it away from the danger zone. Tebe, and then runs away from Duba.
His touch isn't where you like to see him. There's no doubt about his talent, but I think today he seems to be overwhelmed by the occasion a little bit. His touches have been letting him down big time, including that chance that he had in front of goal.
19 is Duba. Kuderman switches. Finds Gonzalez, has come back here to the left. Riley. Now for 10 minutes to half time here at the Athlone Stadium. Gonzalez into the area, looking to play the 1-2 with Kuderman. Kunika and Simango combined to clear. Still City pushing forward. Both of these sides, of course, eliminated from the Nedbank Cup, so second place in the league really is what they're chasing. Champions League berth for next season. We've got Orlando Pirates and Stellenbosch and Supersport United also in the mix there. Sekhukhune United, don't write them out. To see how they do against Orlando Pirates at 5:30. That should be an excellent game to watch from Polokwane. And Kaizer now. Let's have a look at the attack analysis from City. Most of the work coming down the left-hand side. And then when Gonzalez switched across to the right, 36% down that side as well. Not much through the middle. They certainly do look to use the flanks here, William.
With the wing-backs, Rhodes, in fact, a little bit disappointed because they play with great quality. Yes, we spoke about decision-making that maybe sometimes is a challenge. But he's not opening up the game like you want. I understand Darwin is also just made a crack. So at this stage of his comeback, maybe a little bit conservative in his approach. He's not going to open up the valves like he would under normal circumstances.
It's given away, maybe now, and then Rhodes' first touch lets him down.
Good steal.
Kaizer gets stolen by Shabalala. Looking to set Dupree away. Every now and then, Cape Town City perhaps lulled into a false sense of security. Should be careful, Petrus Duba with the foul.
And then there's a bit of high press from Chiefs, and this is done well coordinated because they don't do it every time that City has a ball. So I think there are certain moments where they wait to be a good number of players in that area, then they can try and press the situation.
Battling away. He's played half of the league matches so far this season for City. Hasn't been as prolific as past seasons, although he did sign a new contract with the club earlier on in the month. Remember, there was a time when he was knocking on the door of national team selection.
He got it on the side of the leg, Notata. From Modi. As Modi was going down, looked like he was trying to clear, but missed the ball completely and smacked him on the.
Now have a look at that. William Buccaneers and Sundowns fans in the house today, and they're sitting amongst the City supporters. $22,500 is the capacity here. They did sell it out in the last few hours. No tickets available at the ground, but people were still able to buy at the usual outlets earlier on this morning. So I think when they woke up, City were at about 18,000 tickets sold. They sold the balance subsequent over the last few hours. Kawani. To go back to Keats and Rudinho. Chiefs are playing Stellenbosch on Tuesday, another tough match for them in this battle to see who finishes in second place in the DSTV Premiership. That'll be a home game. No foul. Ball in here for Duga, but the flag's up for offside. And again, the first touch straight into the hands of Keats, and there are already some in the crowd who are suggesting that Kaizer Chiefs take him off, that famous rolling of the wrists.
Yeah, he's tracking back slowly here. Even as he tried to bend around, it was late. Great call from the near side assistant. And clearly, it doesn't look like he was going to make much use of the ball. Completely out of his depth here.
Quite a few injuries in this game so far, and Kaizer's been in the wars in particular. I hope he'll be okay. They're also playing on Tuesday, City away at Sekhukhune United, so they've got travel coming up on Monday to Polokwane. And Peterson involved in the coaching there, the backup keeper. Ruma is very much the number one now with his performances. His ninth game, his 10th game of the season, William. That's equals his record for the most number of appearances in a single season by Ruma. So he's coming along now. He was always very much down the pecking order behind Kune and Akpe and others that Chiefs have had it in the goal over the last few seasons. 2 minutes to be added on. Here's Nodada looking for Mayo. Gonzalez as well. Kunika clears.
Talk about the number of clean sheets he's kept. That for me best augurs well for any coach to be able to continue to field a keeper that is able to give you that.
7 out of 9. He only let in the 3 against Pirates and 1 against Sekhukhune United, the last game of last year.
Yeah. And that ball, by the way, a review of the slow-mo shot that
it shouldn't have been.
Shouldn't have been, yeah.
So it should be another clean sheet. Down goes Petrus, playing to the ref. He's not interested. Ed Milson gets rid of it. Now away goes Mordi, looking for Shabalala. Shabalala in search of Dupria. Unika. City were very quick to get players back there, but here's still another opportunity. Shabalala up against Kaizer. Oh, that's experience there on display from Tami and Kaizer. That's how you do it.
Decision making. I don't know if it's the field or something. They just don't seem to be free to run with the ball. Even when they try to any form of trickery, they just put themselves under pressure because they end up giving away ball possession. Duba is the same.
But you saw there how Kaizer just bided his time, waited for the right moment, almost shepherded the player away from the danger zone. Wonderful defending now. Offside against Mayo.
We've hardly seen Mayo in possession of the ball, doing anything with it.
I think they'll argue that that's not his job. His job is to find the back of the net, and he only needs a half a chance. 9 goals already this season behind Ribeiro in the goal-scoring shots, 1 ahead of Bradley Cobra.
But he needs the ball at his feet to be able to do anything with it. But if it doesn't even get there, what are the chances that he will get one in the back of the net?
Cupido now bangs this long. Nodada looking to get the touch on. Santi was there. Edmilson clearing, only as far as Kudeman. Mtetwa wins that battle. They need Mtetwa's metal to be a little bit more pronounced in the middle of the park. Out wide to Dupria. Shabalala calling for it. Dupria onto the left foot. Good block there from Mokwani. Put his body on the line. And he gets a touch in to turn this into a throw-in. Sound defensive work from City. We're into stoppage time and around about 90 seconds now before the end of this first half. Mtetwa. Mordi. Tunika. Now Gonzalez. That's what you were talking about with Mordi. Put the afterburner on and take on the defenders down the line. Up against Simango. Petrus. Very impressive on his debut. Kaizer. Nodada. Petrus again. Good pass to Kudeman.
Quality.
The ball there to Gonzalez. In from Mokoane now. Edmilson. Anywhere will do. He's a little bit on top of him, the ball, so he needed something spectacular to get rid of it.
Improvisation. And in that area, you don't have the time to wait for the ball to come down because there might be somebody coming from behind you.
6 seasons Edmilson spent at City. 90 starts he made, 5 goals for the club. And he had that horrible ACL injury. Gonzalez to the back post. Zuma comes out. It's too strong for Godinho. There a touch. Yes, says the ref. Another corner. And we've already had the 2 minutes of stoppage time. Oh, he'd love to score against his old club, Kaizer Chiefs. Remember when Chiefs sent Godinho to Celtic for a season and a bit on loan, and then he came back for a few games, then he went off to Wits. Gonzalez. There's a touch from Kaizer. A little wild there from Petrus. We've now had almost 3 minutes of stoppage time, and the ref says that's it for the first half. So, City and Chiefs, unusually, a stalemate after the first 45 minutes, but certainly plenty to talk about, William Strongway.
Indeed. Chiefs maybe losing their way into that second third. They haven't done much entries there. Entries, but going nowhere. That for me has been the most disappointing part. For City, equally the same, but certainly I think City controlled the game much better than Chiefs.
Simango is the captain today for Chiefs, to the absence of Yusuf Mark. No Keegan Dolly. He's got a broken toe and will be out for a while. Last chat before we go into the change room with the news here from Athlone. City and Chiefs deadlocked. It's 0-0 at half time.
Get the new Galaxy A05s and A05 with powerful battery, clear camera, and big storage. My first love, my first Galaxy.
I am the chief odds calculator at a premier sports betting company whose name I shall not mention. Odds are always changing. There's not one pundit's opinion that I use to calculate my odds that's not based on actual data gathered in the field, because this world-class company prides itself on offering the best odds in the market. With me here, give me that number! There's nothing odd about that.
We bring the passion, you bring the play. World Sports Betting. Bet with the best.
Our fuel goes in mummy cars and yummy cars. It goes in cars that carry people and in cars that carry cars that carry cars. So no matter what you drive, ride or fly, we have the right fuel for you. Choose Astron Energy Core-Tech fuel for your drive today. 4-in-1 technology in every drop for every engine. With over 854 quarts in the next few years, we are South Africa's next biggest fuel brand. Welcome to Astron Energy.
Hola. Savannah out free, please.
So spill the tea.
Driver. And you?
Same, but different.
Try Savannah Alk Free. It's dry, but you can drink it. Not for persons under the age of 18.
It's time for La Liga.
Very nicely taken.
Celebrate the best of Spanish football every week on your World of Champions Super Sport. Stay connected to DSTV Access to get all the La Liga action.
Hasta la vista to a tasteless family pride. Hasta la vista to 60-second egg hunts. Hasta la vista to high prices. And hello to everyday low prices this Easter. Get the Ozark Trail Gazebo plus cooler box for $13.99. 3-piece double queen assorted comforter for 179 Rand. Strom 52cc petrol brush cutter for 1,999. Game's got you, and you've got game.
Every day is packed with its own surprises. You never know which thrill is around the corner.
Feel good. Feel good.
Or how it'll play out. There's a sense of excitement.
Did our plane just stop?
Another cash out.
That adds a little magic to my everyday.
Feels like a party tonight.
Who wants McDonald's?
No.
There's goals happening all over the DSTV Premiership. These are the halftime score lines for you as Stellenbosch are putting Royal AM to the sword there. There's been an own goal from Msomi, and we'll look at that action and give you a sense of what's going on in that encounter. Polokwane City are 1-up against Chippa United, and again, a clinical finish there from an experienced veteran. We'll show you the goal very shortly, and it's Richards Bay fighting back against Golden Arrows, who took the early lead in that encounter. So let's get the views of the men here in studio with Stanton Fredrickson, Teko Modise, as we take you to the Arrows Richards Bay game. It's life and death for Richards Bay down in the relegation zone, and Arrows come out flying here 27 minutes into the game. Sibia.
Yeah, well, you could see that was started all the way from the back, and that's how Steve Compella sets up his stall. And good response here from Richards Bay. A little bit scrappy there, chased down, and trying to play out the back once again, Golden Arrows, and getting caught out.
There you go. Steve Compella has always spoken about a team needing a budget when you're going to play out of the back. At a new club, it looks like the budget will be needed there as Ntundwana finds the net as Arrows try to come out of the back.
Yeah, I mean that was it was a silly mistake there from I think it's Chitolo from the back. You know, not being aware of your spaces as well. You just want to play the ball as quickly as possible, but I think that was a goal that was given, but also good pressure as well from Richards Bay.
Let's keep going. Remember, these matches are live for you on DSTV Stream. Every game we don't show you live on television is available for you on the DSTV Premiership on our DSTV Stream, and we're giving you that action right now as Polokwane City are in the lead in this one against Chippa United. And look at the calmness of the finish here from Ndumisa Mabena.
Yeah, great first touch here because he was running onto the ball there, so just allowed his body to use the first touch here. But the experienced campaigner and Polokwane making the most of their home advantage.
Second goal of the season for Polokwane City for Ndumisa Mabena. And then it doesn't end here because this is a big result. Remember, we spoke about today being all about the chase for the Champions League. Stellenbosch, as it stands right now, with the result that they have as it stands at halftime, are in second position. They've overtaken Orlando Pirates with the 2 goals that they've managed to score in this encounter at the Danny Craven Stadium against Royal AM. First goal, Titus.
Yeah, I mean, a good run from Titus. We all know that how dangerous Stellies are, especially in those transitional play. But I think there's too many spaces been given to them to be able to play through. But then again, they proved to be very clinical in front of goals.
And then here's the second of the 2 goals. Question marks about who gets the final finish here, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be Sipesihle Msomi with an own goal when De Jong and Nyame here are part of the action as well. Nyame makes the save, but it comes back to Msomi, who is unfortunate.
And once again, you can just see the questions around the defense there as well. But, you can't afford to make those type of mistakes against Stellenbosch. They'll punish you.
While you're talking, Chiefs, so much expectation as to how they were going to play in this one. What are your thoughts on the first 45 minutes?
I think they're playing second fiddle. That's Kaizer Chiefs. Cape Town City creating more goal-scoring chances. The first one did fall to Kaizer Chiefs here. Just everything wrong with this opportunity.
Yes, Duba.
Expect him to do better.
And you were very unhappy. What could he have done better here?
Yeah, you got to take it on with your left. You got to maybe have a first touch just to get it under control. But it bounced nicely in front of him just to take it on first time. So when you're in the box, you got to make the goalkeeper work. And then just that moment of hesitation, technique all wrong. There was no way you needed to open your body in that opportunity.
Well, he doesn't like the left foot, though. He clearly is very uncomfortable on the left foot, tries to turn it into a right-footed effort. It doesn't work. Then Darwin Gonzalez, he lets one rip.
He lets one rip indeed. I mean, on the left-hand side, where he found so much space. I mean, this was a build-up from City. 1-2 touches with those angles they find themselves in. And yet again, they open the side on the left-hand side where Gonzalez is very, very, very dangerous. And look at the space being given to him. Even though it's an awkward angle, but it nearly went in.
Absolutely brilliant. Then we saw later on as well, Bryce Boomer having to come up with a huge save as a long-range effort from Petrus came his way there. So are you saying agreement as well that it's a case of City having the advantage as we look at the subs there and see who needs to come in to try and change the game?
I think for City, I think everything is fine. I think they are dominating. As much as Maya hasn't been much on the game, but we spoke about him being patient, being emotionally intelligent. I think he will find his opportunities, but the way that the energy that Coach Eric Sinclair wanted from his team, I think he's getting it.
Who comes in here if you're Kevin Johnson?
You gotta switch it up. Sile is a name that can be thrown into the mix. Even Shivavaro put some physical prowesses further up and test that defense for Cape Town.
And City also do have Tabiso Kutumela, who could also be thrown in and add some firepower to that City side. It's 0-0 at the Athlone Stadium, but plenty to play for, and that one still in the second 45. Stay with us.
Get the new Galaxy A05s and A05 with powerful battery, clear camera, and big storage. My first love, my first Galaxy.
Streak through the skies and rocket to the stars with Hollywood Bits. How far can you fly the spaceman as only the bravest astronauts grab the biggest wins? Reel in more big wins by cashing out before the fisherman loses his net in Big Bass Crash. Aviator brings you sky-high payouts as you watch those multipliers grow. With over 800 games to choose from, Hollywood Bits gives you more cash for your crash. Hollywood Bits, fly higher with us.
EFL is bringing you 3 exciting matches this Saturday.
It's on Easter Monday.
Oh. Monday.
It's 2 matches instead of 3.
Wait, 2 matches. No, wait. Start again. Ipswich versus Hull City.
Ipswich versus Southampton.
Oh, Ipswich versus Southampton. Now, Leeds versus Hull. Oh, just go to the end. Whatever day it's on, ESPN. What's it? EFL. Catch the EFL on ESPN.
Catch ESPN on DSTV Access.
In business, time is money, and business outsurance could save you both. With just one quick call, you can get an automatic 20% discount on your light commercial vehicles if you've been with your current insurer or broker for over 5 years. There's never been a better time to switch and save. Call 08600 60,000 or SMS SAVE to 43882 today.
Produced and distilled in Cognac, France. Refreshing and irresistible. Infused with delicate French elderflower. Unparalleled experience with every sip. 5 times distilled. Royal Flush Noir. French luxury. Immerse yourself in a world of opulence and indulge in the art of luxury. Rich and smooth, elegant and sophisticated. Its depth and complexity is unmatched, creating an unforgettable experience. Crafted in the heart of France, an embodiment of excellence. Voted best cognac in the world, the Cognac Masters London. Honor cognac above all else.
Get the new Galaxy A05s and A05 with powerful battery, clear camera and big storage. My first love, my first Galaxy.
Welcome back, everyone, to Athlone Stadium. We've had what can be described as a busy game so far. City and Chiefs certainly with a good tempo, plenty of ball rotation, but not too much in the way of chances. Darwin Gonzalez striking the woodwork. It was an excellent shot from the new midfielder from Namibia, Precious Petrus, which Bruce Vuma tipped over the top. And chances at the other end, notably for Sitebe of Kaizer Chiefs, but nothing clear-cut in the game so far. So we see what the second half will deliver. William Shongwe alongside me is our expert analyst as we welcome you back here for DSTV Premiership action. And Shabalala with a shot, which Keith saves. And Cupido to clear away. Well, that's a good positive start, William.
Indeed. Every now and then I saw glimpses of very good organization, the high press that Chiefs applied. And this time, Shabalala wins it. And without delay, he strikes a shot, which nearly caught the goalkeeper flat-footed. That was excellent start indeed.
Now, let's see if these sides can conjure up more in the way of goal-scoring opportunities. Vuma clears. Only to Petrus. Mokwane. Now, Rhodes. Ball inside, and Milson is the man who clears.
It's covered well most of the crosses that comes into the area. Particularly being a left-footed defender, he covers the left-hand side, so he's done well from that perspective.
Rhodes once more, this time taking on Shanti. Mkizi, Mokwane, it's a 4 for Petrus. A little too strong. On the left foot of his, he might be inclined to try another one of those long-range efforts that almost caught Vuma. Big question about him now is what's his fitness like?
Having been in the Nations Cup just recently, so he should be up there with the rest.
Enough for 90 minutes, you wonder? Namibia, of course, at the Cup of Nations, got to the second round for the very first time, won their first ever game, that victory over Tunisia. Now, foul by Klanti on Rhodes. Related call here from referee Kumalo. Another set-piece opportunity for the home side. For what, says Klanti? Well, let's see if we can give you the answer. Maybe a little bang on the head.
Yeah, a bit of holding as well on top of the bang. His first touch lets him down.
Still for what? There's Gonzalez now. Strong header away from Simango. It's a measure of how successful his first season at Chiefs has been, that he's wearing the captain's armband today. There they come now with Duba. Down the right-hand side, into the penalty area, up against Cupido, across the face of goal. That's pretty close. That was a lot closer, I think, than Keep thought.
That is more like what I would like to see from the youngsters, which is what I say Pule Modi wasn't doing. When you break through, take the defender on, force them to at least bring you down. I mean, this youngster was very brave. He didn't look back. And any other touch there could have resulted in a foul, which could have been a penalty. But he shanks it a bit more. He doesn't get full power behind
let's
that
give
shot.
Cupido a little bit of credit there as well in terms of tracking back and attempting to block the shot. Ever present in City colours, Cupido this season. Hector gets the head of Mayo. Now Kunika looking for Shabalala. Cupido the defender. And let that go out for a throw-in.
It's a game that has the potential of a goal, Jason. Maybe few and far in between. The opportunities are coming, but they're looking very positive. That it gives us the impression that there's a chance that there could be a goal here.
Now the prayer with the pace again. This time Virginia's not going to have a race with him. Keep does very well there. Kaizer. Once again, Rhodes very quickly shut down by 3 defenders. There's Kaizer into our main camera and the microphone as well. I think we're doing okay. City never finished outside of the top 8. This is their 8th season, of course. They're looking for a second place, having finished there 2 seasons ago. Another chance in the Champions League. Chiefs, of course, yet another season without a trophy. There's Mokwane now. He'll continue with Gonzalez. Can Gonzalez finish? Straight at Vuma. Quick counter here with Shabalala. That's a good tackle. No. The referee says free kick.
And that had the potential of moving a booking. I think Petros here, first of all, pulls down, and then once he misses the pull down, it also adds with a tackle.
Clear. He has the last touch, so it will be a goal kick. It's an early attempt now for Cape Town City. Mokoane with all the running, and then Gonzalez, just a little, almost attempted toe poke or chip there on the outside of the boot, perhaps. Not enough power.
You know, I was amazed with that first shot that he took in the morning. He took it with the left. He had real power, the one that hit the woodwork. And this time, I think he shies away from making the same attempt, but he hits it with the outside with no real power.
Now Mayo. And he made the challenge fair and square first at Cupido. The crowd appealing for a foul on Kunika.
I thought there was contact, listen. I mean, a chance to sort of get up and go for it.
Rhodes. Kaizer. I did mention the past statistics between these two teams. Overall, 20 games, 20th game today between the two, but there have been 15 previous league matches. City holding the advantage there, 7 wins to 6. The last league match, Mayo scored the winner at Soccer City. 1-0 it was. There's Modi now into the area, taking on Gordinho, laying it back for Duba. He took his eye off the ball, and Hudeman came and stole it away. And here's Rhodes now. And again, Rhodes going on a run, but not looking to have much purpose. Chamarada into the middle. Gordinho clears. Teta.
Bit more positive on Chiefs.
Looking a lot better in the second half. Shanti and as far as Kaizer. Over the top for Mayo. They've got those centre-backs really watching him today. Came off Ed Milson. Throw in the City. They'll bring Cupido or Kaizer forward to take the long throw. Well, we've only had a draw in 2 of the 15 previous league matches between these two sides. So let's hope that continues to be the case, that there will be a winner here today. Here's Gonzalez. Back in from Cupido. Kunika, the defender. He'll have a bit of a battle, Kunika, to keep his place when the clockwork comes back.
The big question,
maybe
though,
he'll stay on the right-hand side ahead of Frosler in the pecking order.
that for me is the big question. What is happening to Frosler?
A surprise omission for from today's game.
And you don't get a clean report too, as far as exactly. Is it an injury? Is it tactical? Is it what? So that's a bit of a concern for me.
Well, my understanding is he's not injured, Frosler, so that will be a decision of the coach. And, who they do have injured, the Clockwork coming back from his long injury, suffered on national team duty as well, and Keegan Dolly with a broken toe, which will take a while to heal.
Now, yes, you got Kunika on the right fullback position. He, for me, his biggest challenge is that he's not as adventurous, because he's initially a central defender, so he's now being squeezed into that right fullback position.
And Wilson playing the centre back these days. He, of course, had a great career at left back.
Yeah.
At City.
So if you compare Kunika to Frosler, he does like to push forward. Whether the coach may put that is Frosler, and he's got the energy for it. Whether it's a question of him maybe risking defensively, I don't know. That could be maybe the coach that can tell us that. But he's preferred Kunika because he's a bit more stable. But you need fullbacks when given the opportunity to go forward.
10 minutes gone here in the second half. Chiefs are sending out some of the potential replacements. Happy Mashiane amongst them. It's a fairly young-looking bench that they have here in Cape Town for this particular adventure. Aidan McCarthy and Jabulo Globo. It's Apello Zwane.
Zwane for me. I'd like to see a bit more of Zwane. He's solid, man. When he's on the ball.
Rodinho.
Always looks sure of himself. Decision making. Well, we don't know what goes on in training. Coaches make decisions based on what they see in training. So unfortunately, we don't have those opportunities just to see everything that transpires there. We're just saying our opinion based on what we know or what we've seen.
Strong challenge from Cupido. Looks like Cape Town City might make the first change, though, although Chiefs have got players warming up now. Rhodes doesn't find Kudeman. Keeps the chase on, though. Gangly style of running Kudeman, but he puts in the work. Kept in play by Ed Wilson. Gets one of the loudest cheers of the afternoon so far. Now Shabalala looking for Dupree. Keep playing that well. Ooh, that tackle from Intetra on Nodada will elicit the first yellow of the afternoon.
Yeah, unfortunately, Intetra in that moment he dived. If the opposition player is going to get to the ball first, you can't dive in like he did. And also, you have to take into account that was there immediate danger that if he misses him, then there's going to be immediate danger. That wasn't the case.
We've not seen the dominant performances that Intetra delivered at Stellenbosch since he's moved to Kaizer Chiefs, and his omission from the starting lineup in the derby was quite a statement from the coach, Kevin Johnson.
Different styles that these two teams do play. Sometimes it takes the player a little bit longer to adjust to the new style.
Right, new player on, Jody Lee Ashine. Brand new to the top flights. Debut against Kaizer Chiefs. Isn't that something?
Doesn't it remind you of another player here in Cape Town making a debut against Kaizer Chiefs and the Skulls at the Cape Town Stadium? He was playing for Ajax at the time. He's now moved to
Tashik Morris.
That's right.
I remember that. Were you here that day, William?
Yeah.
Oh, you've been around for a while, eh? Now he's just looking to see if he can hang in here. Nodada, everyone's waiting. Ocean Integral and his lovely wife are a regular feature at City matches.
Son of John Committee is just behind Hussein. He's looking at the business side of things, not so much in football.
Nodada still out on the side of the pitch as Cupido delivers the free kick. Away by Santi. Petrus. Nodada says that's it for him. He won't be able to continue. I wonder they might keep him out for a while. In the meantime, Mordi back to Santi. Teve. Finally, sportingly done by Kaizer Chiefs to allow some treatment here for Tava Nodada, who very clearly can play no further part.
I'm trying to imagine him finally getting an opportunity to maybe hold into that midfield position in the absence of Bambino. It's just been solved now. And now he gets this injury. Now 6 are going to be even a lot tighter in that middle of the park. with all the injuries that you mentioned to Mukeke and the South.
On the City side, of course, Mayo taken off, and I think a lot of that's got to do with the fact that he's been on this long excursion with the national team. They came back just a couple of days ago from Algeria, so he'll be tired. And Nodada, he looks rather distressed. I think he perhaps feels this might be him on the sidelines for a while. It was a horrible tackle from Mtetwa. Now they've got to make another change. He's not scared to play the youngsters, Eric Tinkler. We've seen Heaven Seretse in recent weeks given an opportunity. Luboyo Thatsa earlier on in the season in the midfield. Let's see what his new striker can do. This is Snatcher standing by to come on in place of Nodada. Maybe being given a bit of license to go at them. He's perhaps a bit more defensive than Nodada. It's a talented youngster. Clanty now with the ball. Finds Duba. Chiefs yet to make a change. Sitebe! Left-footed effort from him. He's had the most shots at goal from a Chiefs player in this game so far. None of them have troubled Keat.
Only one on target, unfortunately. Is it to do with rustness on his part and not featured that prominently in the past?
Chiefs of the third least number of goals conceded in the league this season, 15. Galaxy with 14, Sundowns with 5. So despite the fact they're only 7th in the log table before the start of play today, it's defensively not been a bad season for Kaizer Chiefs. It's up front where the questions really need to be answered.
But they'll consider themselves better than City. But yes, the same number of goals conceded, but a little less, 2 less than that of Chiefs. So City hasn't been bad themselves.
Fletcher is on. Second change, therefore, in the City lineup. This one enforced by injury. Stellenbosch now 3-0 up against Royal AM, so they're pushing for second place. Polokwane City still leading Chipper by a goal. Golden Arrows 1, Richards Bay 1. Remember Richards Bay in a dogfight in the relegation battle with Cape Town Spurs. Richards Bay could be with the vital point on the road. If they can hold on to that, then Spurs will have a bit more of a job tomorrow against Swallows. Spurs are 2 points behind Richards Bay at the moment, looking to get themselves off bottom place. We will be doing that game for you tomorrow at 3:30 p.m.
Listen, there's a big chance that they will, in the form that they've been able to pick up in recent game. I think 2 wins on the trot for Million Dog. Very impressive. They were 9 down, I think, in the 10 of the year, and they've reduced that to 2.
Yeah.
So there's hope for Cape Town, eh? Still a way to go.
Well, there's Stellenbosch, of course, if you take the wider region, looking for second place. Already won the Carling knockout. Hasn't been a bad year for the Western Cape.
Just talking alongside the representations of the teams in Cape Town. You want certain cities to hold a bit more water as far as represent. Look at this crowd that is able to come to the stadium. They're starved of football. So when we do have that many teams, that means the league is able to tap into that space.
100% right, and hopefully we'll get to Bloemfontein sooner rather than later.
Yes, now you're talking. That's exactly the whole point here. We've got this type of bases, big towns that hold so much supporters. It means those supporters are able to contribute to the game in any way.
Petrus getting a little bit of a hello from Tetwa. Tackling away again, but this time Thatcher gets it forward. Throw in Chiefs. Now, what's Cameron Johnson reckon in terms of changes? Is he going to make some substitutions in the next few minutes, try and put his impact or his mark on this match? It's the 11th away game of the season for Chiefs, this particular one. They've won only 11 points out of a possible 30 on the road this campaign.
Tuduzi, Shabalala, and Dua are, for me, the way the coach might want to look at me as far as making substitutions. It's just that they started good in the second half and it looked very positive, but I think they faded again. First half, I was disappointed.
Yeah, you've got the experience of Siley and Chivavaro waiting on the sidelines, as well as Ndu Datsane, who did so well for Cape Town City. Will be keen to make a mark against his old side. Now, Tetwa's challenge on Nodada has already seen him go off. Could Petrus be the next man? He looks a lot better than Nodada did. But Ox is making his mark in this game, William.
You're a defensive midfielder. You've got to show some form of being able to will the ball away from your position. But I think this one was fair because it was just two players that went for the same ball, depending on who stuck his leg a little bit stronger than the other.
Mordi again on the left. Good running here from Santi. Good cover too from Kaizer. He let that ball go out because he was confident of the City ball, and that's been confirmed by the match officials. Chiefs fans are beginning to call now for changes. There's the old rolling of the wrists. They never did that to you, William.
Listen, don't go there, son.
And you on the bench were saying, bring him on. We want William Schooner. I remember those days.
I was inside there more often than outside, eh?
Of course.
So please.
Now, what's the call here? Offside or free kick in favour of Kaizer Chiefs? The crowd are talking now. Is the coach going to be moved?
If only they could let the coach know. So, who must I take out? Who must I bring in? This is more.
It's always a difficult position because if he gives in to the crowd straight away, you begin to wonder a little bit about the coach. And at the same time, he's surely considering making changes. He had players out there warming up. Interception by Tetwa. And good recovery from Thatcher. Look at the youngster getting a march on the pace as well ahead of him, Tetwa. Chiefs player down, and City owe Chiefs a favour on this score, so let's see what Cupido does. This is the sporting thing. This is Guba. He'll be looking, the crowd are all screaming for him to come off now. I think at the age of 19, not too many first team appearances, 70 minutes gone in a very tough physical game. The prep beginning to set in. Dylan Solomons to come on. That'll be likely the first change.
Luckily for him, he can also play offensively. He's got speed about him, though sometimes that speed wobbles along the way. This is one thing that he needs to control better when he's on the run.
Dylan Shepherd with Dylan Solomons. And they're both fullbacks in their time. Well, Sheppy played all over the place, didn't he?
Also in the attacking phase of the game. He used to whip that ball so beautifully.
Across the ball. Now Solomons does come on for Duba, which looks to be the case. Duba's already off the pitch now, so they're down to 10. There's Kudeman in the meantime. Now, Solomon's on, a fullback by trade. How are they going to switch this all around, really? What do you reckon?
What will happen is Dupree will drop a little bit more central as a number 9, and because he was playing wide while Duba was still in the field of play. So now Solomons will obviously now locate himself down the right.
So he's going to be a wing back rather than the right back. Chase is on here for Shabalala. Godinho, the defender. Shabalala straight at Godinho.
It's tight legs then from Shabalala. He's explosive. He can bring in a bit of magic into his game, but you can see right now he's only thinking one way: just get rid of this ball, one or the other.
Godinho is actually backing off him. Shanti. Clearance from Rhodes. Here's Sitebe. Battling away with Khudum. Now Shabalala again. Quinica cuts inside. Still Quinica on the edge of the area. Looking to play the 1-2 with Mordi. Oh, Cupido is a man full of confidence, but he could be in trouble here. And Kaizer to clear. A little bit of a let-off there for City. And now Ed Nilsson gives it away.
Wait, man.
Bang back at the goalkeeper. Good challenge here from Rhodes. Goes for goal. And he's making a bit of a meal of this challenge from Sitebe, who's angry with the reaction. There's Rhodes winning. There's the shot. Sitebe with a late challenge. Rhodes making a big meal of it. And Sitebe is quite rightly irritated with Rhodes' efforts to try and win something here. This was mix up in the back. Good work from Quinica, that back heel. So straight to timing, Kaizer cleared it away. There was also a chance earlier when Mordi was looking to play the 1-2 with Quinica. I was wondering to myself, on the edge of the area, you really want to play a 1-2 with the central defender? Rather go for yourself.
That is where, at this stage of the game, the tight legs obviously contribute to the thinking level. When you fatigue, you don't quite think clearly. And that, for me, is one of the challenges that maybe I foresaw coming into this game after a 2 or 3 week break. No real action.
15 minutes to go here. Perhaps just having a little word with Khudman for his reaction after Rhodes' challenge. Simango, the peacemaker. Nduden Ditsane is standing by to come on. For City, I reckon Shabalala will be the guy to go off.
And lately, Dantana is not having much game time, which is a little bit of surprise for the player that he he was at City and rocked in the Kaizer Chiefs with all the expectations, and it didn't quite work out like they expected. But season's not over.
Yeah, confirmation. It is Shabalala off. Doom Datsane was leading goal scorer at Cape Town City. Scored 21 goals for them. His record broken this season by Mayo. Encouraging words from Cameron Johnson. He was such an excellent youth coach. Began his coaching career at Ajax Cape Town, just down the road here at Kamba. Jaden Rhodes is back on the field as well, so City return to a full complement. 9th home game of the season for City, so they have more home games left than away trips, which has strengthened their chances of a high-placed finish at the end of this DSTV Premiership season. 4 wins out of 8 so far at home is not the kind of record you want, but here might be an opportunity. Excellent cover defense. Balls back with Sacha, with Gonzalez. Still Gonzalez. A little bit on his own. Still manages to hold on to the ball. Gonzalez get it back to Sacha. And that's far too strong over the head of a tiring Goedeman. So City 4 wins out of 8 at home, 2 draws and 2 losses.
But surprisingly, I thought they're not the type of City that I was seeing in the past. To think that they're still high up there amongst the contenders for that second position is, for me, very impressive.
Well, it'll be Stellenbosch who are going to go second tonight or after this game. But Orlando Pirates still to play at 5:30 away at Sekhukhune United. They start this weekend in second place. Petros takes it away fairly comfortably from Datsane. Foul by Solomons. Now foul in favour of Mtetwa. There's the live log as things stand. City will remain 5th, Chiefs will remain 7th. Stellenbosch will go into 2nd, Pirates to play at 5:30. SuperSport have the weekend off. They've already played game number 20, which was against the Mamelodi Sundowns. And we have some 10 minutes to go here. That's stoppage time. Mokoane. Rhodes. Mokoane was brought down. The tempo of the second half, William, has been nothing like the excitement and action we saw in the first 45 minutes.
The effects, once again, the point made that the two Greg must have taken something out of the rhythm on how these two teams played. So the second half is normally a situation where the players are now beginning to feel the effects of the game, and they're deliberately are taking back the intensity just to be able to last throughout.
And it's actually 3 weeks in total because neither City nor Chiefs were in the second round of the Nedbank Cup games, which preceded the 2-week international break. More changes in the offing now. Retshaba to come on with some experience. Of course, the former Premier League player Kutumela is on. And It will be the new signing Savetsi on as well. Kwani, Khudaman and Rhodes all look to have run their race. Savetsi, of course, was in the Motsepe League at the turn of the year. Now a professional player from the University of the Northwest. Kutumela, we know his pedigree, former Mamelodi Sundowns, of course, and Chava Shoshanguve, born, brought up in England, played for Leicester City, one match in the Premier League. Can they turn things around? Darwin Gonzalez is still on the park.
Darwin is struggling, he's down.
We can afford to lose him now. Godinho, a little shy, gets that away. Remember how quick Dupré is. They don't seem to be remembering that all the time, the City defenders. They're putting pressure on the goalkeeper. Yes, Mordi. It's a poor pass. Godinho. Slacha. And Simanga got there first. Petrus. He's given away the free kick now as well. It's a bit of a wild kick. He's also surely must be feeling the effects. They might be limping their way through the final minutes of this game, the home team, Cape Town City. So Mordi there.
Yeah, he lost position of the ball, and then he had to lunge forward. Committing the fouling process. Yes, he's tired. Once again, when there's a loss of concentration or becoming second best in reaction, that goes towards the players getting tired. And that for me is a lunge of a tired player. First of all, not to be able to control the ball first time, and in a game that he did so well.
A lot of the sting's been taken out of this game with all the injuries in the second half. Well, you know, Brandon Peterson's got a future as a coach. He's up doing more coaching than the players. Petrus on his debut gets a yellow card.
I was thinking about Peterson to say he seems to have forgotten very quickly that the pressure and that he created for himself in that derby game, where he was viewed as having a confrontation with the coach, and yet from within the camp, they say it's